played this record as frequently as possible.
Let's do this!
Alright, in this one, with the 5th anniversary just a couple of days away from when I'm recording this video, I thought why not make a pre-anniversary tier list so you guys can see where I stand and where I will rate pretty much all the units that you guys do see on the screen right here. So we have pretty much any meta-relevant units, all the Ultras, all the Legends Limited units, 1% Sparking units, Shallots. We do have pretty much every LF Zenkai, and I believe that's it. Anything that you do not see on this list does not have any activity in PvP whatsoever, and is just probably unusable. Let me know in the comment section a unit that you would want me to rate, and I'd tell you, I'd comment back what placement I would have them at. It's most likely going to be C tier or lower, correct? So make sure to like this video as well before we do jump in, because I am going to be uploading every single day throughout the anniversary, and it's free to support the video, so helps out a ton. Subscribe if you guys are new here as well. But I am very excited. I actually have not done one of these type of tier lists in a very long time. Every couple of weeks, I'm usually doing a top 10 updated, top 10, 15, 20 updated tier list, so you guys can see what is the current meta snapshot, what is going on right here. All my normal previous tier listings will still apply, so every unit I'm rating isn't going to be just individual factors. It's going to be how the meta is, color bases, like I said, individuality and kits. But not only just that, teams are going to take a huge factor, right? I'm going to rate Pan very highly. You know, Pan is not a unit that's going to be soloing your entire team, but is she a very valuable meta unit? Is she on like every single team in the game? Yes. Like, she's literally the best support unit in the game, and when I see her get slandered, I'm just like, bro, this is how you rate units, man. Who is seeing the most playtime in PvP? Who's seeing the most value? But that's how it's going to be. We do have all the tiers here. God tier, Z+, Z, S, A, B. I actually hadn't set up the tier list. It's kind of just set up like this. And it's going to be very, very... I'm just going to jump right into it. I don't even know where to start. Maybe we should start at the top. Maybe we should start at the top, I think. The top will be easier than not, right? The best unit in the game, I think the top 4 that I'm going to add, you guys might already know who I'm thinking of here, but they are going to be the 4 summonable Ultras that you are thinking of as well, man. All right, these 4 guys right here, I'm just going to place them all at the same time. If I can find the 4th one here, it would be fantastic. Where is he? Is he not here? Who's the 4th one? Kid Buu, right here. I am lost. There we go. So this is it right here, you guys. These are the best units in the game, not only individually, but in a team aspect as well. All the best teams in the game, so, you know, are going to comprise of double Ultras. So whatever the top 5 teams are in the game, they're either Kid Buu, Gogeta, Rose, Kid Buu, Rose, Hit, Kid Buu. Alternating between these 4 Ultras and a supportive unit, a glue type unit like Blue Zamasu, Red Cell, Pan, Future Gohan, any unit that's either going to give him supportive capabilities, cuts, healing, anything of the sort is going to be your 3rd option unit. Not really trying to see triple Ultra builds in PvP just because you're going to be lacking some form of Z ability or Ultra ability or something of that nature. It's more likely the Ultra abilities which are hindering them to the not putting triple powerhouse teams. Still see them in PvP. They still work. You know, Z abilities is a lot easier to make work, but you don't want to have a team that's not as optimal. 2 Ultras get the job done really, really well, especially with a good supportive unit like I was mentioning before, like Pan, like Future Gohan, like Android Purple 17, or anything of the sort right there. But first unit hits. Time skip, definitely carried by time skip. If I had to actually rate in order what it would be, I think this is the list I am going with right now. These are the top 4 in my personal order. I believe that these 4 units can be interchanged and argued number 1 in their own respective right. If I was to rate a unit individually, the best in the game, it's still Gogeta. If we're not talking teams right now in the meta, if we're not talking colors, if we're not talking anything, Kid Buu, Rose hit, Kid Buu hit, all shut down majority of teams that Gogeta's on. Gogeta can still solo, etc., right? But yeah, Rose has that paralyzed factor, so I just think the RNG factor for him is ridiculous. He has 3 ultimates, blast armor, autopilot, mechanics, right? Units that have blast armor are very easy to autopilot, especially when they have cover nullification, high, card draw speed, damage inflicted, very good team dynamics, right? He's fitting on Future, he's fitting on God Key, he's fitting with pretty much anything, right? Like all these units, you could really make the setups that you do desire with these builds. Same thing with Kid Buu, very easy to gain priority with the AoE green card. Blast armor is ridiculous. Lock-in blue card, AoE ultimates, you name it. It's literally disgusting. Hits, he's just a sniper, man. He's just a sniper. He does have easy cover nullification. No blast armor, so he isn't as easy to autopilot, but he is an easy. He has a free rising rush, basically. Green card, catch your opponent off guard. One-shot ultimate. It's self-explanatory right there. Gogeta Blue himself, same concept. Easy way to restore Vanish. Constantly just card draw speed, type neutrality. He's able to nullify endurance via Rising Rush if you pop a Rising Rush. Unless it's Kid Buu's on the field. That's why Kid Buu's so very, he stops Gogeta Blue insanely. But, yeah, I think these are the top, I know these are the top 4 units in the game, undoubtedly. Like I said, not only individually, but also at a team core meta level right now, color synergy wise. This is my top 4 right now. And then from here, we're going to basically, I don't know if I can do everybody else in order. Everyone else below these guys are in a very similar realm. If you guys get what I'm saying, if you're playing PvP or specifically top rank, if you're not, I'm going to try to explain it for those kind of guys that are just not often in the top ranks. These units, a lot of the units very close to the Ultra, so like the top 10, 15 units are in a very similar realm just because they are just as far away from the Ultras in value or in peak, if that makes any sense. So basically, I'm going to throw Beast Gohan. Beast Gohan is the 5th unit that comes into my mind individually and also team dynamic wise right now. He's in a very good spot, and you would think, yo, months later, you're still going to have Beast up here? Yes, I'm still going to have Beast up here. Hit has become very popular. He is going to be very popular this anniversary when Universe Reps gets even more buffs. And he's, a star on the team, right? A very powerful red unit. He does shut down Kid Buu, which is the MVP of this current season alongside Rose. Those 2 are the MVPs right now, in my opinion. Hit's right there, runner-up MVP. So if you're running a very strong blue unit like Beast Gohan, or you see the build that I'm running right now, double reds, double supports. Beast does shut down this build. Anything that you're running him on from movies is probably his best setup still. I've been using this team a lot. Team that I hopefully still have built. This team right now, which is hybrids, and you got Kid Buu on leader slot. Team is literally disgusting. I'm giving you guys the cheat codes team right here. If you can build the team that you see on the screen, build it. Thank me later. But he basically has the perfect baseline kit. He has everything from Vanish Restoration to Blast Armor Autopilot to nuking blue cards, powerful ultimate, consistent cover nullification, you name it, right? He is basically like the Ultra in disguise as an LF, and I think he has insane value to this day. If you think Beast Gohan fell off, play the game, type beat. We're moving on to the next one right here. I'm probably going to put Tag 4s alongside him. This is not only, by the way, this is going to be different from the top 10. I'm not making these tiers in order. I think God tier will be definitely in order. That's my personal order. But everything else, I guess you can say it's in order. If I really had to put in order, I really want to put Pan at top 5, bro. Just because she's that valuable. She is literally that valuable, and she's on that many teams. You can pair up Pan with any of the top teams in the game. And you guys might think I'm joking, but I am dead serious, bro. You're rocking Pan with Hit, Gogeta, Kid Buu, and Rose. You can find setups where they all work out, and she's phenomenal support, right? Her damage inflicted is through the roof. Her manipulation sub count's ridiculous. She spawns a green and a blue card when you need it. Type neutrality, disruption, all this stuff. She is very, very valuable units. I'll probably throw her in Z tier as well. But I'm just going to leave her behind the Tag 4s for now. Tag 4s, Another self-explanatory unit. Individually, they're ridiculous. They have easy Vanish Restore, crazy blue card damage. What they really do lack in is team dynamic. So they're very stuck on the GT setup right now with Forku, maybe GT17. You could throw Pan on leader slots, but they don't have that many options. Maybe Sun Family, some variant with Beast and the 4s. But yeah, they're a very limited unit right now, and that's why they're not seeing as much value. They don't drop too many GT options. But I just think individually these guys are ridiculous. The Blast Armor helps them autopilot. AoE Green's pretty nuts. And then the consistent cover null when your opponent has 3, throughout the match, you're not trying to lose a unit immediately. So the first half of the game, Tag 4s are completely dominating. And even if you're in a clutch situation and you're last man standing, your opponent has 3 units left, you still have that cover nullification, right? And you're swapping, you're getting your full Vanish back, popping a blue card. They have just such a good kit, such a powerful, powerful kit right now. A unit that I will throw up here as well is probably going to be MVP 17. MVP 17, he's next up. I'm just going to say this straightforward. He's another unit that's like, I don't want to say on par with Beast. I think Beast is a bit better, but it's like the same, like they're in the same realm. Android 17 is another insanely powerful LF, and I don't want him to be underrated or anything like that. Provides cut penetration for the whole team once he fills up his gauge. He's getting 2 vanishes pretty much. Very solid damage inflicted. He's on one of the best teams in the game paired alongside hits. You have Androids, which is the best non-LF, or not non-LF, non-Ultra team in the game, so you guys heard me talking about some of the best teams in the game. They're all compromised of some Ultras. Even the lesser best teams now, like Movies has fallen back, still has Gogeta Blue on the team. Stuff like that. Androids, when you're running Purple 17, Blue 17, and an Android 21, the red one, fantastic combination, ridiculous damage. You could run Cell on that build. No Ultras. I keep saying no LFs, but MVP 17 has not only good team dynamics, has a ton of utility to go around. He has cover nullification very easily. Green card, you're popping main. He does a lot of damage on main. On his ultimates, obviously support him. I think he's going to be a fantastic unit for a very long time. I know his banner just came back. Try not to summon for it because we got Annie right around the corner. We got to see how he does value alongside the new units. And in that sense, he's probably going to be very valuable alongside like Goku, Frieza, and whatnot. But moving on to the next unit here, I'll probably throw the memed top 5 Cell. Do we throw him in Z tier? Z plus tier? I think we do, right? I'm thinking about it. Right now in the meta, top 5 Cell is crazy, bro. I want to throw a top 5 Cell up here. Is he in Z plus tier or is he in Z tier? We're comparing him to Beast. I think top 5 Cell's up here. I don't want to you know what I mean? I don't want to say he's not up here because top 5 Cell, like right now, he's not. I'm saying top 5 Cell because of the meme, but he actually is top 10 unit in the game, bro. Pair him alongside Kid Buu on regen. So any unit that you're able to glue alongside the Ultra units are some of the best in the game right now. So from a meta standpoint point of view, individually, he's nuts too. Yeah, he's Z tier, bro. He's Z plus tier. You can argue him Z tier if you want, but I'm going to put him as Z plus tier. The Vanish Restore instantly on main ability. He has the ability to transform, massive heal. He does pretty good tanking, really insane damage, insane teams. Future, like I said, you're running him with Rose, you're running him with Kid Buu. You can run him with hit on powerful opponents if you desire to. You name it. He has some really ridiculous quirks, and this is without me even having him. Cell and Trunks are the 2 units that I have to rate without actually having usage of them, but I play in top rank enough pretty much every season, always, that I run into this unit a ton to know that he's an insanely valuable unit. Very good third option for heavy teams, right? Double Ultra builds or any high-ranked meta team. If you're running him with Blue Zom, if you're running him with anything, he's pretty high value. But that's what I'm going to start off with Z plus tier right there. I don't think... and Pan, like I said, is self-explanatory. Pan could be argued higher. I personally would throw Pan over here. I would personally throw Pan right there. That's just me. But I'm going to put Pan like right there as like a fair spot so people don't get mad or anything like that. Shallot's, I'm going to put Shallot in Z tier right now. I don't know if that's like crazy. I'm just thinking about it. He has a really solid, I was, debating it in my head and stuff like that. I don't know where he is in the top 20 placement. He's a top 20 unit in the game, I think. He has, Super Saiyan, Super Saiyan 2, Super Saiyan 3, Super Saiyan God, which all have different utilities and different abilities, from cover nullification to nullifying endurance, to having endurance, to all these different abilities, cover change. He has very solid stats now, and you can pretty much pair him on with a lot of valid teams. Leader slot does exist. He has an HP bench. He's a very powerful unit, and I'm going to say he still does need more to really be seen as exceptional, because I feel like in the next coming weeks he will get just power crept again. His kit is very basic. Like, he does have all those utilities, right? Like, he has very specific utilities depending on your transformation, but once you know of those utilities, it's not like he has a diverse amount of them. He has very specific traits to each one of his transformations. So I think when he does get his blue form, or he gets an accessible transformation, or his fusion form, he might be seeing top tier status. And keep in mind, he's only at 7 stars right now. So being at Z tier, I think, is a very solid placement for Shallot right now. Moving on to Rev UI. I'm going to throw Rev UI in Z tier as well. I'm going to put him above Shallot just so people know that I don't think Shallot's better than Rev UI. I'm sorry. I just don't think he is. Rev UI is one of the most underrated units in the game. I personally don't think he's top 10, maybe. He's top 15. Top 15 in my opinion. Very overlooked, underestimated unit. If you guys have seen any gameplay on my channel, the gauge, the auto dodge gauge, and doesn't even counter like MUI's does, is very powerful. Has very strong mental. Anyone that uses UI knows what I'm talking about, right? Your opponent has a mental battle with UI players, not knowing what they're going to do, whether it's PV, attack, engage, wait for you to break the unique. Bro, people that are able to play with this unique gauge is very powerful, and that's just not even the half of it, right? The utility that this unit provides from the revival, you don't have to really worry about rising rush if you can keep him alive enough. Wow, English, bro. He does have type neutrality. He gets an entire new hand. He does insanely good blast damage, partnered up with some of the best units in the game, like Android 17, MVP 17. You can rock him all with hits. One of the best units in the game. He has great team options like Sun Family, Unirep, God Key, you name it, right? And when he's in his transformed state, he's doing stupid damage. He has a very long cover nullification. I believe it's like 40 counts, maybe 60 counts, something like that. He has a very long cover nullification, which is very good in PvP. You don't have to worry about switching. Being a blast unit does, Gogeta Blue exists, right? But he's in the back end of top ultras right now, so you're seeing him a lot less comparative to the 3 in 1, 2, and 3. So, Kid Buu, Rose, and then even hits. He fares very well against them. Very solid damage. His issue is defense. The UIs are not really intended to be taking a lot of damage. That's just how they're designed. You have to be able to make the correct plays with his auto dodge gauge. But I think he's a very underestimated unit. I think he's very deserving of Z tier. Zamasu, easily Z tier. Not going to put him in Z plus tier, even though his value, he's not in Z plus tier. I'm sorry. Z tier, it's not like that crazy off. Zamasu is a very good supportive role glue unit for teams like Rose, Kid Buu, Zamasu. That's like one of the best teams in the game, in my opinion. Hit, Kid Buu, Zamasu, another one of the best teams in the game. What's another build that you can run? Gogeta, Rose, Zamasu, right? You partner him up with any of the ultras. He's cooking. The health restoration's ridiculous. He's able to tank, one of the best tanking units in the game, even though, against the ultras, he still gets cooked. But you can make him tank like a god depending on the setup. He's able to do some pretty solid damage on certain setups. Very diverse, versatile unit is really what I want to say. Very versatile unit. Very good glue. Has a lot of team comp options from Future, God Key, you name it, right? But yeah, Zamasu is very deserving of a Z tier placement, specifically for the teams that he's on right now in the meta. These guys, I don't want to rate Boo Bros yet. I don't want to rate the Boo Bros yet. I'm sorry, man. Boo Bros, not it. Not it, unfortunately. We can start going lower. We got a good God tier, Z plus, Z tier placements. I think I want to save some of these higher placements for you guys. I'll probably throw Bardock. Damn, it's going to be tough to rate these because they're just, everything else is so far off from the units up here. Who would be considered S tier? Who would be considered S tier? I don't even know. We can throw the C tier units right on here, like, right away, I feel like. Maybe Goten's on B? I'm not sure. But, Namek Goku, maybe B. Piccolo, maybe B. UI is definitely C tier. Future Gohan's probably in Z tier as well. Is he above Shallot? Yes, he's above Shallot. I think this is going to go like that. You guys know the value of Future Gohan. Do I really need to dive in depth? He's one of the best aging units in the game. Insane supportive capabilities. You know, every time he's giving damage inflicted to the build, he has disruption. He has endurance. He fits on hybrids. Future. That's pretty much the teams, right? Future hybrids. You throw him on leader slot for any build, he's going to be an insane support as well. As you can see, he is the necessary piece for a lot of these double supportive setups. Double support means just adding one powerhouse unit on leader slot and having them carry, which you could do for Rose, Hit, Kid Buu, Gogeta, Beast Gohan, Tag Force, any unit that's an insane powerhouse you could double support, and Future Gohan is just there, right? Future Gohan is a very needed unit for those teams to exist. So I think he's very high value. Probably place him exactly where I did. I think the list is looking very good so far. I'm not going to lie to you guys. Very good so far. Moving down, we'll actually place... Yeah, these units have really gotten that bad. I'm not going to lie to you guys, man. I'll probably put UI higher. That gauge is still very powerful. If you haven't seen me run triple UI, pull up to the streams, man. Regen is up. Regen's actually a solid team right now. I can see Piccolo being on the top end of that. Hybrids. I'd say Namek Goku's above that. This is probably what B tier is looking like. A tier and S tier might be the biggest tiers. Might be the biggest tiers, I think. To fit all these units, oh my goodness. Damn, I don't know. We're going to have to... We have so many units to cover still. Holy shit. I know you guys are excited for this, because these are where the meat and juice is, bro. Because all these units are low-key. Not all of them, but they're all low-key mid, bro. We're going to throw Jiren in S tier, all right? That's what I want to start with. Jiren is not a Z tier unit, but he's close. He has Z tier partners and counterparts. Is he, like, the star of the show right now? Absolutely not. But is he viable? Completely. He's in top-rank PvP. You're seeing Jiren on uni reps. He does get endurance. He has a very powerful platinum equip. You're running him with hits. You're running him with any blast-based builds. You can throw him on leader slot for some blast setups. Androids, also PO works. But very specific setup as well. Like I said, he's only mainly on uni rep. But he's able to tank like a god. One of the better tanking units in the game. He has a pretty solid damage output. Ultimate has AoE. Don't sleep on the boy Jiren. I think he's pretty good. But he is going to be in an S tier role. I feel like that is very fair for him. Moving on to... Do we put MUI in S? I feel like he's going to be in the back end of S. I've used UI for a little bit right now. And... I don't know. I feel like he's definitely on a back end of S. His utility is so crazy. The mechanics that he does have access to should be higher, right? If he had some form of platinum equip, I think he'd even arguably be Z tier. His auto Dokubaki win, hopefully I pronounced that right, is game-changing, right? It's the same thing that applies with Revival UI. It's just his damage and defenses are very, you got to really build a team around him or near around him because, he's just not going to cut it damage-wise. But he does have that auto counter, which is doing free damage, fits on a really good amount of teams. It's tough. I probably would place him in the back end of S tier, something like that. His mechanics are just too up. Don't want to cope with him. Don't want to cope. I feel like we got to really see who we're putting at these lower tiers. I might have to actually lower these guys to C tier. I'm not going to even lie. Low key. This guy might be higher. but everything else is just lower. I think Piccolo might see some value just because regen is up. Every other, like the Saiyan teams, the hybrids, these guys are unusable right now. I mean, maybe Namek Goku, he's probably the best one out of all of these here. Maybe Goten is, yeah, this is probably the order. I could maybe see Piccolo being decent, but I think this is what we're rocking with so far. Not too bad. Not too bad. Keep in mind, we don't have all the tiers in the world, so we are going to have to put some units next to each other that are in that realm of possibility. I'm going to put Rose up here. He's probably a Z tier unit right now. Top S tier unit? Z tier unit. Top S tier unit? Is he a Z tier unit? I think he is. I think he is. I don't want to slander the boy, man. He's gotten a ton of value with his builds, right? Even if he's a carried unit, there's a lot of different combinations and utilities he does have. He does have Zenkai stats, AoE green card, type neutral green card. Ultimate hits pretty hard, whether you want to build him tanky, whether you want to build him offense-oriented. He fits with the best unit in the game. He fits with some of the best in the game, right? Powerful opponents, or if you're doing future and whatnot. Pretty good third option. He nullifies endurance for existing. That's an ability that will be timeless because Rising Rush is still one of the most broken mechanics in the game. I'm going to throw him in the back end of Z tier. Keep in mind, I'm not really ordering these, like trying to order them, but I am kind of at the same time. He might be ahead of Shallot. He probably is ahead of Shallot. Something like that is what I'm thinking of for Rose. I just want to be transparent with you guys. I'll probably throw Trunks in A tier. I think that's the starter for A tier right there. Trunks is a really solid unit, right? Like, he was a very solid unit when he dropped. It's just the power creep has been so ridiculous that he's not going to see any game time. Gogeta Blue came out. He's not going to see any game time. He wants to be on a setup similar to what Beast Gohan was on release, right? Whatever Hybrids is, double supports. The team that you guys do see on the screen somewhat with Future Gohan and Pan. He's going to be doing loads of damage. He has 2 ultimates, Vanish Restore, pretty decent utility. But he's just not cutting it. Overall, I don't think he's on any teams. He's not insanely meta-relevant right now. But he's definitely the start of A tier, I think. We'll probably throw Kaioken in A tier as well. Universe Reps has more value than anything that Trunks is on. It makes sense why he's up there. But in some realm, this guy has a ridiculous kit. I'm just going to say that. Kaioken has a ridiculous kit with his gauge, with his constant Vanish Restore, with his, the green card, the damage inflicted. Like, the way his kit is designed, right, to stack him up, to be the guy he is, and get those unlimited vanishes, and then I'm trying to cope for him real quick, but he isn't... I don't know how to say. He feels like he's missing a lot, too. He has a really solid team to back him up. Universe Rep is a really good team right now. Like I said, he's ran with Hit. You want to run him with MVP 17, Rev UI Goku. Throw him on any blast-based team or even being a double support team. When he was meta, he was ran on pretty much any supportive build, which kind of created the illusion of him being a god. He was one of the best units, if not the best in the game on his release. So, like, double green, him, right? Vegeta, Vados, him, insane team. Him on LOE. LOE was the top team in the game. You throw him on leader slot, crazy blast-centric team, a lot of support. You threw him on androids back in the day. Purple Cell, tag droids, and him, insane combination. You could also do something of the sort. Nowadays, it's like he instantly dies, and he doesn't do enough damage unless the support is catered to him. So I just wanted to throw a little explanation. He's probably the least valuable Ultra in the current moment. I'm going to throw Ultra Broly behind Jiren right here. Ultra Broly behind Jiren seems fair. You guys probably were like, really? I think individually, Broly might be, not even might be, Broly's better than Jiren individually, undoubtedly in my mind, actually. Undoubtedly, like, his utility is ridiculous, doesn't have a plat, nothing like that. Jiren is very reliant on that, but Jiren just has the better teams, is just facts. Broly has literally one team that he might shine on, and then Gogeta does the job better than he does. You have to run the two together for a purple-purple-red combination or something like that. But Broly has still really good utility with the lock-in, his gauge, the defenses, disruption god, really. But I'd probably throw him somewhere in S tier. Broly's not one to underestimate, but I think Jiren's definitely carried better by teams than Broly is right now. So I'm going to throw Broly a slot under what Jiren is. You know, you're only really seeing Bro on movies. MUI, I don't know if MUI should be up here. Honestly, I want to throw him at A, bro. I think I want to throw MUI at A. I just want to be a little bit more realistic, but we'll move through the list and see how it's looking like. In a worst case setting, I'm going to throw MUI a little bit higher, but he's really just a liability, and I don't think he deserves to be in the same viability as these two right here. I don't know. His mechanics carry him so hard, bro. MUI's mechanics carry him so hard, man. You throw him at the top of A tier for now. I feel like this is fair. We could go with... Damn, it's going to be a little bit harder here. Little bit harder. Throw Super Vegito in Z tier. I'm just going to be real. Super Vegito is a Z tier unit. Individually, team-wise, obviously you're going to partner him up with Gogeta Blue, and it pulls out for a crazy combination, whether you want to have Pan on leader slot, whether you want to have full fusions, whether you want to have Rose. This is the only full powerhouse setup that I can really think of. Not the only, but one of the main ones where you're having Rose on leader, and then you have Gogeta Blue and Ultra Vegito. Everyone's getting their Ultra abilities, Z abilities, whatnot. It's a triple powerhouse build. He has really good utility. I think this guy's definitely warranted of Z tier. Lowest, it would be top of S tier right there. You know, hit is very powerful right now, but I could definitely see this guy being argued Z tier, so I will place him there, and it's like a fair placement for him. Moving down to Boo Bros. I'm going to just put them straight up in S tier, man. Probably one of the more disappointing units for me, and it's not anything like they don't have the capabilities of being in Z tier. It's just on a list, right? Like a top 15, 20 list. The fact that I'm putting Super Vegito over Boo Bros right now is like low key. I should probably move. Like, they just don't have the teams, bro. Super Vegito has the teams. They exist, man. I mean, if these guys had better team combinations, units that would make them shine a little bit more, but you know, I like the last stand ability where, you know, the Goku does the Transcendent Kamehameha. It's a cool ability. It sometimes doesn't even do much. I'm just going to be honest. It's a unit that I like to underestimate. Once in a while, I'll actually lose to the team, but more times than not, this unit does not scare me. They have pretty decent utility, cover nullification, whatnot. It's just one of definitely the most disappointing releases just because they were testing out a new mechanic, the final stand mechanic there. So I really think because of that, they kind of held back on giving him a little bit more. Might be seeing a platinum equip from him soon, but I'm just going to put him in S tier. Super Vegito, in my opinion, has more value right now than he does. So we're going to put, the Boo Bros in S tier. I mean, it's not like team. I can't even think of team comps for them. Like, very specific combinations, right? Whether you're running him on Sun Family, supportive builds, whether you're running him on leader slots. You know, blast teams do exist, right? Androids exist. Some form of, you know, MVP 17, Rev UI combination. Maybe even, I've seen what, 4Ku and Pan, I think, was like a Sun Family build that I've seen. Pretty good. I don't know. It's just very odd dynamics with the Boo Bros, unfortunately. I'm going to put the Trunks also in S tier right here. I think he's a slept-on unit. Definitely could be argued maybe higher. No. S tier seems appropriate for them, no? S tier. They're at the top of S tier. I just don't think I can place them in Z tier comfortably. Very good, decent units. Trunks specifically, like I said, I don't actually have access to this unit, but I've ran into him a ton, and I don't... My loss ratio to this unit is almost non-existent, right? He has the capabilities of nuking green units with his blue card. That's pretty much it. He has the cover rescues, which is really good. So many units have cover nullification, so you just get that running and then rush anyways. So, you know, the rescues are only so good, right? Valuable, but only so good. That's pretty much it. Like, he has a blue card and it does good damage. He's a solid third option for future teams, for hybrid teams, for... Is that it? I think future hybrid, and that's pretty much it. Like, he's a solid third option, but he's nothing special or insane. He's good. I don't want to underestimate. S tier is not bad. As soon as you get into A tier territory, you become a liability, basically. You become a unit that's just holding the team back. Anyone in S tier, I feel like, could maybe hold their own. Even Broly's approaching liability points right now, but I think he's able to hold his own in some certain instances. Tag Trunks of Vegeta probably at the top of S. No. They're better than these units. I'm going to throw Trunks and Vegeta up here, bro. I'm sorry, dog. These units are so slandered, bro. Holy shit, I have been an advocate for Trunks and Vegeta since they've released, man. And even from a team dynamic perspective, whether you're running them on a supportive build, running them with Rev UI, running them with Zamasu, running them with, you name it, right? Hybrids, you're throwing them with Gogeta Blue, you're throwing them with Rose, you're throwing them on full blast-centric teams. Their utility is ridiculous, right? It isn't their... they have cover nullification, they have the vanish restoration, they have healing, they have the tag switch, they have the type advantage over pretty much everything. So it's like this unit is slept on severely, in my opinion, and yeah, they're gonna be in Z tier for me. I think. Oh yeah, Evo, right? The setup with them, Evo. I know there's better combinations, better comps. If you want to throw them on leader slot for Androids, probably one of their best teams too. If they're seeing support, they're just nuking 2-3 cards of blast. They're just dead. Android 17, probably Z tier. Yeah, man. I don't really want to I don't know where to place him in Z tier realistically, but it's gonna be very high. His value is so good right now. Probably around here. Overall value, I'm not going to say that Rev UI is better than 17 or anything like that, or meta-wise, whatever. 17 fits on ridiculous amounts of builds, from being a star on GT. He's almost mandatory on GT if you're not using Pan, and in that way, Forku's actually getting full access to his double vanish, right? Support is ridiculous. The lock-in is pretty crazy. You can nullify endurance when you pop a green card. He has really good, blast damage. Pairing him with 17, you're pairing him with any blast centric unit, he's going to be cooking. So very, I don't want to say overlooked, because he's not, but he's very over/underestimated, very paradox type unit. I think he's very high value, definitely deserving of being in Z tier. Next unit made me just think of Forku. Forku is undeniably a Z tier unit, bro. He's somewhere around this range. I don't really know, these Z tier units, I don't really want to say that they're ordered. Only the top part you can maybe say ordered. But these guys, they're all very close to each other, which is what I was saying in the beginning of the video. It's hard to really put a placement when they're all hovering around the same value of being a very good third-party unit for Ultras or for the main units of the team supporting cast roles, right? From Zamasu, yeah, being a perfect blue. Rev UI Goku can be a main cast role, but if you make him a main cast role, it's very, very risky, because he'll just, if he gets hit, he'll die. But he does very good damage. 17, very, very good support. Forku, great third role. So we're talking about Forku right now. This guy has, from the cover rescues to cover nullification to nuke of a ultimate and blue card, restores vanish, you name it. This guy's one of the best Zenkais in the game, and he's probably going to stay that way for a bit of time here, just because they don't pump out GT content like that, so they made him really, really good. And this has actually made me think of other units that I'm putting up here, so I'm glad. But yeah, no blast armor, unfortunately. If he had blast armor, he'd be through the roof. He'd be unstoppable, bro. But yeah, Forku's definitely not a unit that you want to underestimate as well. Last man standing, he gets the job done. He has his own platinum equip, and he has the full Zenkai treatment as well. So units that only have either the platinum equip like Jiren, and units that only have the Zenkai like Rose or even Evolution Vegeta right now, when they have both of them, they become the complete endgame unit, which is what I believe this Forku endgame Zenkai, where he has his plats and his Zenkai, right? VB still missing his plats. Some units are still missing either or even both of them. Moving into my next unit right now is going to be... Where's Evo, bro? Evo is very deserving of Z tier, bro. You've made it. You've made it, my boy. somewhere up here, some way, somehow, you're in Z tier, dude. Evolution Vegeta has become ridiculous. Blast teams are on the rise, man. Like, there's so many Blast builds right now, and none of them are the best teams in the game because they're double ultras are the best Blast build teams, right? So whether you're running androids, whether you're running Trunks of Vegeta, Rev UI, they're all still phenomenal builds. Boo Bros, right? Whether you're running Vegeta Clan, you name it, right? This unit has type neutrality on the blue card, nuke ults. I don't know his kit that well, but I just know once you get him ramped up, you get him going, he's like a train. Like, he just destroys. He does have type or cover null, excuse me, and I think he's on par with Forku, probably better, like individually, something like that. But he's probably going to be above Forku. He has better teams, more diverse options on teams. Forku's very limited to like GT, and that's pretty much it. But yeah, I'll probably put Evo right here. I think the list is looking so good so far, right? Zamasu has partnered up with all the best teams. Rev UI, 17, Evo, Forku, Future. Probably I want to throw this guy higher. I don't want to cope or anything. I can't order them. I feel like ordering them is a little bit unfair, something like that. But this is what it's looking like. I feel like it's looking really good so far. The list is looking really good, and obviously there's going to be interchangeables. So don't take everything with a grain of salt. Everyone's in a similar placement after literally the God tier. So literally Z tier, they're all in very, very close placements. This is, or Z plus tier is what I was referring to. Z tier is where it gets a little bit close. Every unit here is so close to each other in value of being that third party role. We're going to put Roshi probably in S tier. I think he's a little bit underestimated right now just because you're not seeing him at all or whatsoever. He's still on one of the better teams. Fits on, does really solid damage. Mafuba is a very overlooked ability, very powerful ability. The fact that you can run him with Jiren, you can run him with hits, 17, any uni-rep team's probably the only setup that you will see him on, unless you leader slot him. But S tier feels like a pretty good spot for him, and he's not deserving of A tier. Dragon Fist Goku, he's going in B tier. I'm sorry, Dragon Fist, you are done, bro. Dragon Fist is done. I used him the other day, and even on double support, oh my god, all he has is his ultimate. That's it. And then even then, it might not kill him. This dude is not only paper, he hits like it too, bro. And it's tragic, bro. It is ridiculously tragic. Dragon Fist, you're done. You're done. You're out of the ballpark. You're not him anymore, man. You were him for such a short period of time. Yeah. Everything here will be a little bit more difficult. Bardock, A tier, I think. Somewhere in A tier, like right here, I think. Probably right here. Yeah. Bardock is one of those weird units that was never really top tier, but we kind of used him as glue back in the, when he released. He got a platinum equip that's pretty busted. He does get a lot of benefits when the opponent does kill a unit. He gets that endurance. He has a lot of low-key mechanics like a lock-in. He builds up his damage periodically. Very interesting unit. I feel like with his Zenkai, he'll definitely skyrocket, but until then, he's just an A-tier unit, and it's sad to see. I am not biased when making these lists. I love Bardock as a unit, so it's just sad days that he's there, man. Vegito, he's actually a usable unit with fusions being very good, like Super Vegito, Gogeta Blue, and then any of this, so on and so forth. He's not an S tier. He's somewhere in A tier. I think high A tier, honestly. I think this is fair. He does not belong in S, unfortunately. High A tier. It's not better. Just keep in mind, he's not better than these units mechanic-wise. It's just value. Overall value-wise, he has Zenkai stats. He's literally just there for the lock-in and for being fodder. Lock-in, tanking, fodder. He's not doing that much damage. I don't even think he's tanking that great, but he is usable and runnable. Can't put him in S tier. I'm going to put him in A tier. But these units, I feel like, with any form of buffs for them, they will easily be better than him. That's how funny tier lists work. Even if a unit's placed ahead of them, doesn't necessarily mean kit-wise they're better or anything like that. Wow, we still have a decent amount of units to cover. Easy ones to put in B tier. Probably Gamma 1 and Gamma 2 are going to be above Dragon Fist as well. You know, don't really want to touch on their kits. It's not like anything fantastic. This guy has really solid blast burst damage, and that's it. Banish Restore, that's it. Like, nothing really crazy. To be fair, Androids is a really good team right now. Androids is a really good team right now, but I can't even put them in A tier, I don't think. Maybe Gamma 1, low A tier. Gamma 2 is just, he's just not him, man. Gamma 2, I don't even think I want to order tier 2. I'm trying to order these tiers as best as I can, but they're all just so bad. Dragon Fist, you're just that bad, bro. You got to be lower. I'm sorry, man. Tapion, you're abysmal, bro. I see some, I think one person that I run to every day runs Tapion, and shout out to you, bro. You know who you are, man. I appreciate the love, but you get clapped with Tapion every time, man. He has support, but he just dies immediately, bro. And he's better than Dragon Fist. Is he better than Gamma 2? Probably not. Tapion, Tapioca, you're done, bro. You're dones. Boo Bros, we'll throw him in A tier, right? I feel like one of the more underestimated fall-off units of all time. They can still cook on certain setups. You know, obviously you want to Zenkai buff them and whatnot, but even then, just their overall tag switch mechanic, the healing, blue card damage, you're able to really give them damage if you wanted to. Pure equips, they have access to really good teams, whatnot. If they want it to be carried, I feel like A tier is a fine spot for them. Something like this would be acceptable. I feel like, yeah. Something like that's definitely acceptable. Gohan, is he an S tier? Or top of A tier? That one's hard. I'll come back to it. I'll come back to that one. This guy's a B tier. I'm sorry, bro. You got your platinum equipped. Now you're going to need your Zenkai, bro. Can't even... I don't even know where to place you, bro. You're back here somewhere. You're definitely back here. Something like this, I think. Yeah, Gamma 1, I don't even know what I'm doing placing you all the way in A tier. You're not him, bro. You're right next to your brother. I'm not going to lie. You're not A tier, man. I know it's not that serious, but you're definitely not A tier. Broly, are you at the top of B tier, low-key? Low-key movies is still them, bro. The way you ramp up and stuff, this guy's underestimated shit unit. Like, he's bad. Definitely underestimated. I'll probably put him in B tier. Something like that. The only way I could see Gamma 1 being higher is because of androids, bro. I mean, even then, man, I don't know or think so. Like, you wouldn't remove anyone. You wouldn't remove anyone for androids. Obviously, he's carried by the team, but he's not relevant at all. Meta relevant to be an A tier at all. I mean, not saying that A tier is meta relevant, but, you know, you guys get what I'm saying. This is going to be the hardest part of the list. They're all so shit, bro. I'm throwing this guy down here. He's probably all the way down here, man. He's probably somewhere around here. I'm actually doing a revisit video on him. He's probably somewhere in B tier. Cooler could be in high A tier, I think. Don't think he's an S. I really do not believe Cooler's an S tier. Do I low S tier? No, he's in... Okay. Hear me out. Cooler's S tier somewhere. His kit is really good. I just feel like you need to have him on this setup catered to him. You have to have some form of supportive unit on this build, but Cooler can definitely... Lock-in is still crazy. Snipe type unit. He has some autopilot tendencies with his blast armor. He fits on movies. He fits on whether you want to, like I said, double support or just in general pans on movies. Run him with Gogeta Blue and Pan. I think that's the build that I'm thinking of. Gogeta Blue, Pan, and him. Back end of S tier. Let me know in the comments. I feel like this is respectable. This is definitely respectable right here. Androids, tag droids, you're going to go all the way up to S tier, my friends. You guys are still them. Somewhere in S tier. Are you above Jiron? You are. You're above Trunks? Probably. Boo Bros? Probably. Not only are you good on androids, which is probably your best team in the game, right? You're running him with purple 17, blue 17, you name it, right? Any blast-centric team, you run him on Future with the best unit in the game, and Future Gohan and whatnot, bro. S tier, I don't think there's E tier right now. They need some form of buff, platinum equip, to make them a little bit more viable. Too paper-like, too quick. Excuse me, not too quick. They take too long to ramp up. You need a couple of drop combos to really see their damage, but they're also a pretty solid support unit as well. One of the best green cards in the game. Individually, they're cracked. They just need power creep has just been ridiculous, man. They could be argued higher. They could be argued higher, but I won't give it to them right now. They're perfect top of S tier, breaching Z tier, like right there, type beat. Goku Black probably somewhere in A tier. Somewhere in A tier, probably like around here, something like that. Piccolo, you're in B tier, unfortunately, man. They never fixed your slice resistance, bro. This guy takes ridiculous amount of slice damage. Being a purple unit going against Rose, you're getting one carded, bro. He has decent damage. He has decent utility. He fits on the movies team. Whatever, bro. You're probably top of B tier, something like that, bro. It's just sad days for you, man. Sad days. I think I'd put Majin or this guy somewhere in A tier. Somewhere up here. I think he's pretty usable. From what I've seen, this guy's pretty usable. Plus, regen's up right now. I'm considering all these are consideration into teams as well. Regen with Kid Buu. Regen with Cell. Regen with Zamasu. You name it, right? This guy's pretty usable. Somewhere in A tier. Probably like right there, I think. Like in competition with value overall with all these characters. These guys are definitely heavily carried by teams as well. Ultra Gogeta, man. Where does the king stand, bro? Somewhere in A tier or back end of S tier. I think back end of S tier is fine because he'll be carried by fusions, right? If you're running him with Super Vegito, you're running him with Gogeta Blue, you're running him with, you know, perfect fusions team. This guy still has a really good overall base kit with his gauge, the constant drawing of blue cards, destroying people's hands, double ultimates, blast armor, autopilot, all that type of stuff, shenanigans. And he has the ability to nullify endurance at a certain point in time. His kit's really good. It's just power creep. Simple as that. I think I'm going to throw him somewhere in the back of S tier. Right here would be a fair placement for him. In mind, it's semi-ordered, not ordered in a way. Ape Vegeta, you're just abysmal right now, bro. You're abysmal. You're going somewhere in B tier, like right here-ish. You know, something like that. I have no idea. Something like that, bro. G4? Oh my god. What is this? Does G4 go in A tier? I want to put him in A tier. Back into A tier. Is putting him in B tier like tragic? He's on GT, right? He's on GT. That's it. And he doesn't really do anything. Is he B tier? I think G4 is B tier, fam. I think G4 has become B tier, man. It's crazy. But there's some things that can be argued. He's B tier, bro. G4. RIP, my boy, bro. RIP, my boy. I think this Gohan goes to the back end of S tier. Yeah, I'll put him back end of S tier. I'm pretty sure Revival Gohan can still put in the numbers, bro, depending on the team. This is probably one of the best aging units in the game as well, from, you know, being a revival unit, fitting on movies, double purple, red, some support, hybrid Saiyans, you name it, right? Nuking, damage, stacking damage, blue card. This guy's still timeless, bro. Like, he's not fantastic or anything, but he's definitely on the breach of being top of A tier to S, but I'm definitely going to put him in S, the back end of S. He's in that realm of, hey, this guy's still competing in the top ranks. Yeah, something like that. I think top of A tier, we're going to put Majin Vegeta at the top of A tier. He's just not seen, used, cared about. Is he a bad unit? No. He has very good damage, solid damage. And it's not to say that these A units are bad. They're just low, like subpar to an extreme extent, right? He's just not being used. He has decent healing, transforming. Obviously, when you pop his main blue card, he's going to nuke. This guy can nuke. He can do some solid stuff. I'm not going to put him in the S realm. Value tier. Nope. He's top of A tier. Can breach S individually. Like, he doesn't have a team either, bro. So it's crazy. I think Gogeta Blue is the only unit of his age, right? Like, the same age as Broly here, that can be even considered in A tier. High key, bro. High key, somewhere in the middle. Like, even above Bardock, bro. Just team-wise, support-wise, like, team dynamic-wise, this guy can be carried to a maximum extent, bro. Leader slot him and then run, I think, Gogeta Blue and Pan. That's an insane build right there. Run, you know, something of the sort. This guy can be made to work. He has pretty good, you know, pretty decent stuff still. And this is for A tier specifically. I'd probably put him around here, I think. Gogeta Blue can still cook. This is just me. I don't want to say it's coping, but it's from what I've seen of the best Gogeta Blues, right? My friend Billy, if you guys know Billy in the ranks, he runs Gogeta Blue a lot just for fun, and he can still cook. Catch somebody with a green card. It's a high damage inflicted multiplier right there. Some support going. Snipe with his ultimates. He has cover nullification. You name it, right? He has a lot of good quirks still. We're going to go into Beerus. He's somewhere in B tier, unfortunately. I don't think I can even... Can I throw him in A? I could probably throw him in A. Yeah, I think he's not underrated, just underused. But he's somewhere in A. He's not deserving. B tier is when you really start to become shit. Like, this is the peak, like, the best of the shit is G4. Like, G4 is, like, you can... I almost was able to argue him, but he's still shit. And then, is Majin Vegeta really up here? No, he's not. He's, like, up here. Is Goku Black even up here? I don't even know. Like, right around here, I think. Kaioken has uni reps. I'm looking at it from a team perspective. Team perspective-wise is like this. You know, Majin Vegeta is great individually, but his teams lack individually. You know, lacking. Teams are really good, though. Beerus, you got to stay back here. Uni rep is really good, but you just don't see value right now. No one's replacing MVP 17 for you. I think the cover nullification, nullifying revivals is very powerful, especially with Rev UI being existent, but you have color disadvantage to that. I think he can be argued in A, though, to be fair. Whis is probably somewhere in A as well. Like, just in value. Probably right next to Beerus. Somewhere up here in value in the middle. I don't want to throw him in S because he's not. He's somewhere valued in S. Probably higher than all these units. Probably like right up here. Valued in... Yeah, somewhere around here. He's a pretty solid third glue unit just to provide green card supports. Defense. You know, just a fodder unit. Whis is pretty good fodder. Fodder. A tier fodder. VB. This is where it gets difficult, bro. This is where it gets difficult. Like, all these units that just don't see the light of day, man. Tien, bro, you're trash. But you could be A tier trash. I feel like you can be A tier trash. You're not G4 bad. I'm just thinking of G4. Are you G4 bad? You're not G4 bad, are you, bro? All these units, you can't be G4 bad. LOE, you're at the back end of A tier, man. Like, this team has the support to cook. They have the damage inflicted. Straight paper, though. Like, I've ran into a couple of LOE builds and whatnot. They're all in the back end of S. I'm just going to be completely honest. Maybe Golden Frieza is higher just because uni reps. You can run him on uni reps. Probably argue him a little bit higher. Somewhere around where this Buhan is. Purple Frieza. Decent supports, like around the same thing. Like right around here. Somewhere mid A tier. Hard to really like... This is just generalized, right? This Frieza is in the back end. Back end. Tien, little bits usable, right? Usable. Okay, he's up there. Probably around here, right? Like right there, type B, I think. Yeah, okay. Mecha Frieza. Is Mecha Frieza really going to be in the back? Something like this, you guys, is what I'm thinking. No one's using Beerus right now. This is... interchangeable A tier. If you guys don't, you know, don't be too highly judgmental of where I'm placing these A tier units because they don't really freaking matter, but they're all around the same realm. This Frieza is literally around the same realm over here. Something like this. As soon as he runs into hits, you're just obliterated. Is this unit above the Boobros? No. I don't know. I don't know, man. You could just... they don't have the team carry, bro. Don't have this. You could run PO, but PO's not really like that. You know, I know they have the ultras and whatnot, but you're really only running this Frieza on LOE. This guy can be carried by movies easily. Pair him up with Gogeta. Boom. Higher value. Higher value, my friend, right there. This Vegeta, somewhere in A tier. We'll just slap him somewhere in the middle of A tier. Something like this. Vegito Blue, somewhere in A tier. Keep in mind, Fusions is one of the, you know, more solid teams in the game, so he'll definitely be carried by that tag. But is he in the same realm as all of these? Yes, I think so. He's not in S tier. He's A tier, something like this. Yep, something like that. Kid Buu, something A tier. A tier is going to be the most popular tag. Regen's up right now. You're seeing Kid Buu's. You're seeing Regen's pretty decent. Is Kid Buu decent? He's like around this realm right here. I'm just going to be honest. Beerus, you are trash. Is he C tier trash, though? Probably. Is he C tier trash? Probably. Super Vegito, you're probably low A tier, man. I'm just going to be honest. You're probably around here. You can still do work. He has Zenkai stats. He's featured on Fusions, carried by team. CMZ, you're probably somewhere in A tier as well. Lower A tier, maybe, next to Super Vegito. Cell. See, A tier just can't be ordered. A tier is not fair for it to be ordered because these guys are all on a mix of Duke. A mix of Dookie, man. Higher, his platinum equip made him really solid. I'm not going to lie. Probably with like the PO status, and if you're rocking multiple cells or you're rocking some form of like Rose or hits or stuff like that, the combination is pretty up there. I think I'll throw him up higher. Cell. I think this is what we're gonna do, and then this guy is probably shit. And is he above? Jeez, I can't put him in A tier. I'm sorry. I've never seen this unit in PvP. And then Trunks. Have you really fallen off that hard? Holy shit. Trunks, can I put him in A tier? Yeah, I can't do my boy dirty like that. I can't do my boy dirty. He's not worse than G4. I'm sorry, bro. I'm not doing my boy dirty like that. So yeah, A tier is not really ordered. Is Piccolo really down here? I feel like Piccolo could be. No. I don't think Piccolo can be, bro. He's just done. It's something like this, you guys. This is what I'm looking like tier list wise. Let me know in the comments. A and B tier, you can alternate whatever you want. If you want to move them a couple of placements to the left or to the right, I promise you the difference will be minuscule. But this is my final pre-Annie tier list. You guys seen all my raw reaction to these units. It only really gets serious from God tier all the way to the back at S tier. That's ranked PvP. You will sometimes see half of A tier. As soon as you get to B tier, none of them exist in ranked PvP. Don't even see, I'm not even going to lie, you don't even see Beerus, bro. Rarely, I see once a blue moon, I'll see LOE build. Once a blue moon, I'll see one of these random units. Once in a blue moon. G4, I rarely ever see. I never see these guys. Yeah, this is the list, you guys. Make sure to drop a like on the video and subscribe if you guys are new to the channel. I'll see you in the very next Wednesday, Frosty Boys, and I'm out.
Up all night, so you don't wanna wait on me. I'm about to catch my flight, so you don't gotta wait on me. No.